The veterans community lost what you might say were two highly visible members recently. Family, friends, and brothers of David Fletcher and Mike Stier are preparing to celebrate their lives next week. Joining us in studio this morning for a Veterans Voice to talk more about it, a friend of both of these men, Mark Sandel. Mark, thank you for coming in.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
You know, we always talk, one of the things we talk about when it comes to veterans, especially World War II, but now Korea, even Vietnam, is the number we're losing daily. The number of these veterans that passed. But the surprising thing is having two high-profile guys like this both go at the same time.
Yeah, and as we all know, I think they're relatively young. They're in their early 70s,
right.
It's you see either accidents or you see Agent Orange casualties. And Hugh Pearson was one we lost, and it's almost catastrophic to me to lose some of these guys so early in their life.
Right. Let's begin by talking about David Fletcher. Your experience with him, of course, going a little bit further. We're going to talk, first of all, about his time in the Navy, served aboard the USS Maspilian during Vietnam, 3 different tours, which was a refueling vessel. Wasn't it the first, kind of true super tanker?
Yes, very large ship, ugly, not a really sexy looking ship, but it was very, very important in the Navy because it would refuel and help maintain the other ships at sea, so they have to bring them in the dock.
Let's take a little look at some video of David. These are some of his pictures after he enlisted. There he is, very sharp.
Yeah.
Very sharp in his uniform right
Dapper
here.
Guy,
I love this. It fades from that to this.
Yeah.
Very active, staying in California once he got out, became an avid motorcycle rider, and there's the USS Maspilian. But also in the barbershop quartet where you really got to know him.
Yeah, I've known him about 25, 27 years. When I first started, he was beardless back then, and he was a bright and shining light in our chorus. Always upbeat, always had a funny story, always wanted to hug, shake hands. He was one of, let me tell you a real quick story about Fletch. I was getting ready to, leave the chorus. I didn't think I was very good with my vocal ability, and Dave one time he stood next to me and goes, "I want to sing next to you." I said, "Why do you want to do that?" He said, "Because you have a beautiful voice." And I thought, "Are you kidding me? Are you talking to me?" I said, "Yeah, I do. I want to sing next to you because you have a beautiful voice." And I thought, okay, but that kept me going. That was my inspirational. Now my guiding light's gone.
So, you know, it's here, and I have to tell you that he's a bass.
Yeah.
Many people would think you'd be a bass too.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So
if he was a bass, what did you sing?
I sang the melody, which is the lead. So.
There you go.
Yeah.
Let's get into Mike Stier if we can real quick. Mike Stier, of course, everyone knows him. Stier's RV. He still lives on in commercials that are still running. He sold his business to Camping World. Barry Phillips right there in the video, longtime friend of his as well. This is a man, especially with his wife Kathy, who you know. How long have you known them?
Well, as long as Kathy's been married to him, we've seen him at different functions. He'd open up his home to charities. I've been to a few of them. He opened up his home to one of our reunion day after get-togethers, and a bunch of our classmates went up there. And he even though he doesn't know us all that well, he treats us as one of his buddies and one of his guys. He's so loving and giving, and man, And then I saw his charity list. He's incredible. He's one of those business guys that give back, and a lot of people don't know that because it doesn't make a whole big mishmash about it. But he's going to be missed very, very deeply.
Now, very busy day. We should tell you that funeral services are next Tuesday for both of these men. It'll be Mike Stier's at 11 a.m. at the Bakersfield National Cemetery, and then David Fletcher will be interned at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And are they both open to people that want to come?
They're open to the public, both of them. They're going to be short services, as we all know that the Bakersfield National does that. They have one after another, and Fletch has a huge reception at American Legion Post 26, and the public's highly invited to come.
And Mike Stier's family will be at Bakersfield Country Club. Mark, thank you so much for coming in and sharing some of your
My pleasure.
comments with that. We appreciate it. All right, let's go to